I don't want to talk about the president, but I will talk about the obligation we have to honor all those who have served, and without exception. They're black, they're white, they're Muslim, they're every single. Jill and Jill is, I think, the only second lady ever to go to a combat zone with me. She went to Iraq during the war, and we swore in almost 100, and I think it was 124 people who were not American citizens. We swore them in as American citizens in Iraq because they were members of the United States military. They won Bronze Stars, Silver Stars, Purple Hearts. They were there serving America. They are Americans. They're American citizens. And that's what he should understand. $300,000 Americans have come home suffering from post-traumatic stress as well as traumatic brain injury. And they need our help. They need our help.
Yeah, so their wounds are physical and emotional, and you know, they're facing joblessness and homelessness, and so we're trying to create awareness of what they're facing and trying to make things better for them.
I still wouldn't admit that something wasn't quite there, you know. I got in a car and I parked it on the edge of a cliff. I was minutes away from driving over the edge. I was rescued basically by a friend, and I was taken to hospital. And luckily for me, the doctor that was on duty at the time was a reservist. I've been connected with the charity, and I can honestly say with my hand on my heart that they've saved my life.
What have you learned through your experience about mental health for veterans that has maybe surprised you, that maybe more people don't know about?
Well, when our son came back from Iraq, I said, Bo, what do we need to focus on? He said, Mom, we really need to focus on mental health. And I was surprised by that. And through the last couple years, we found that that's true, that they do need more support and more help.
All you have to do is be in the field. I've been in and out of Iraq and Afghanistan over 30 times. I've been in the battlefields and watched these kids. I've been up in the FOBs, the forward operating bases. They're under enormous, enormous, enormous pressure. When they come home, adjusting is really difficult. Remember, a lot of these folks have been there for a year, like our son and others who are, you know, being shot at, cleaning blood off the Humvees that they were in the day before and saddling up and going out the next day. And it's just really, really, really enormous strain, and it takes a mental toll.
What's it like trying to teach young people about the sacrifice of veterans and have them kind of understand?
Our grandkids know, because their daddy was in Iraq for a year, and their daddy came home before he died of cancer, and they knew about it, and they feel it. They wanted to come. They heard that we were out here with veterans. They wanted to come.
And we're trying to create awareness just all across America, in schools, in communities, to reach out to veterans in your communities and military families, and just commit to an act of kindness.
But you've been involved in the Invictus Games with Prince Harry from the beginning.
Yeah, can you tell us anything about Prince Harry?
I can tell you, I'm
charming.
happy he's married, because
He's
she
charming.
spent too much time with him. I don't know, I'm glad he's married.
Well, you've spoken a lot about obligation. Mr. Biden, do you feel any obligation to jump back into a potential race?
No, I feel an obligation to stay engaged. The one thing that my son asked of me before he died was, promise me, Dad, you'll stay involved, because he was worried that with his loss I would sort of turn inward. And so that's the book I wrote, Promise Me, Dad. It was about that commitment that I made to him. And I'm going to stay involved. It's something I've done my whole life, and whether I run for office again, I don't know, but I know that I'm going to stay involved in this fight. Only 1% of all of the population has fought in these wars of Afghanistan, Iraq, and others. And they've made great sacrifices. I carry a card with me. I won't take it out now, but it has a list of every single solitary person who's been wounded and or killed in Afghanistan and Vietnam. I have them call the Pentagon every morning to get the exact number, because every one of these fallen angels has left behind a whole community.
Our wounded warriors are walking across America to create awareness of the plight of the wounded warriors and joblessness, homelessness, and the mental health issues. And they need our support, and they need us Americans to be behind them.
And there's answers to every
Yeah.
problem they have. We just have to step up. We owe them. We owe them.